Welcome in everybody to Betting Pros. It's time to place your bets. It is me, Joe Pisapia, and it's time to look ahead to the week 2 best bets of the week. That's right. I want to thank everybody for joining us all week here on BP NFL. We've had some great numbers. Thanks to all of you hanging out with us. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, drop your comments below, and of course ring the bell till it goes ding for notifications so you never miss a live stream, you never miss a podcast, because last week was certainly must-see television. Then before we get going here, now I am a man of honor. Andrew Erickson is also a man of honor. We said that we would come here last week and, next week I should say, and this is now officially next week, and we would settle up, as it were, because Erickson was so strong, feeling so confident about Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets, that even after the show, we decided to do a side wager, and that side wager was paid out. Terrell, I might buy you an extra bit of popcorn this week, but hey. I have my Venmo open. I am ready to receive. Go ahead, Terrell. What do you want to jump in here real quick?
No. I'm really glad to see this gentlemanship going on here. This is very, he's doing it live.
We're doing it live on the show right now. I didn't want to send a request.
I didn't know when you said it was going to be live. I thought it was like, I'm going to get it after the show.
No. We got into it after the show. Now I'm going to get it on the show. That's what we're going to do. And look, I'd be taking the L, same thing. This is what we do here in the program. So Erickson, I wasn't going to be obnoxious. I wasn't going to send you the request for money. I was going to wait here for it to happen. But the thing that made it the most sweet is that the line went to 3.5 when McCaffrey was out. And I bet it again because I'm obnoxious. And I bet Jordan Mason to score a touchdown, and I put it in a parlay together. So the text thread between Andrew and myself was very fun. Was it not, Andrew? It was a good time on Monday night.
Oh, it was a great time of my life. Getting the constant updates, especially when it looked like the Jets had a sense of life. Oh, they're coming back. No,
that was the worst part. I was doing score updates for him, and then eventually got to a place where I said, okay, I'm gonna, I think it's over. We're gonna, whatever, pay up. And Andrew's like, okay, it's done. And then the Jets started to look like he said, I was like, oh no, I jinxed it. Oh my goodness. So the Venmo's open, ready to receive whenever you're ready. And speaking of receiving, you should receive the best tools on the planet for betting, and that is the BettingPros app. So download the BettingPros app for iOS or Android and sync your sportsbooks for free. Automatically track all your bets across major sports platforms in one spot, and you can easily monitor all your bets and hair performances by sport and by type, including game picks, props, and parlays. That's right, we got the SGP tool here around these parts nowadays. So create custom betting systems to find winning trends and profitable opportunities. Get a free trial of Betting Pros Premium just by downloading the app right now and activating your trial on the upgrade screen. Again, the Betting Pros app. Start betting smarter, not harder. Andrew Erickson, it looks like you're taking a long time here to send me this money. I don't know if you're texting Western Union or what you're doing here.
It's not letting me go. I swear, it's just not going through.
Terrell, I'm gonna let you go first now, Terrell.
I was concerned that I didn't have enough in my Venmo balance, but I have exactly $25 and it's not going through.
Thank goodness.
So
don't make bets.
Maybe one or too many parlays in the Venmo account, but no, it'll. I don't know why it's not working.
I don't know either, but it better work by the end of the show. Otherwise,
we'll get squared up.
Otherwise, I'm gonna send
Where's my money, man?
Yeah,
where's my money?
Where I live.
Where's my money, man?
You might have a visit from Uncle Joey and his cousins.
Stewie's about.
While Andrew's figuring out how Venmo works, Terrell, why don't you kick us off for week 2? Your favorite bets, a lot of great games to get to. Let's kick things off.
All right, I'm going to take the Jags laying 3 at home against the Browns here because did you see Deshaun Watson in that game last week? I mean, he was abysmal and he had the Ben Simmons going on. I just think through all the lanes of sports, we should start calling this the Ben Simmons because this is purely mental. I think Daniel Jones has the Ben Simmons going on as well. Like the talent is there, but he's just not making the right read. He's holding on to the ball too long. Like he's just not doing what he should be doing as a quarterback that's guaranteed his contract. So, yes, I'm absolutely fading them there. I think this Jags team look a lot better in week 1. They look very, very good. And when a team is up 10-plus points and loses in week 1, week 2, they are 28-17-1 against the spread. I'm laying 3 with the Jags here.
It's a great stat there, Terrell, you're throwing out there. And look, if you watched the shows last week, and I know you did, we told you right in the look ahead for week 1 that the line was wrong. The Cowboys should be favored. Jump on it right away. Hopefully you listened to us here and you did just that. Cleveland Browns did not look good. Deshaun Watson does not look good at all. And I would not shock me if he got pulled from this game. Like it just would not shock me. The leash might be very, very short for him. Erickson, what's your first favorite bet for week 2 when you're looking at the games?
Speaking of Browns and the Cowboys, I'm going right back to Dallas. Big D. Dallas playing in the home opener. Dak Prescott signing that brand new contract. He's the Cowboys quarterback forever, according to Jerry Jones. We'll see how long that lasts. But look, Dallas, they are the Death Star at home, right? I love backing. This is the reason why Dallas wasn't favored last week, because they were on the road. Because everyone knows, oh, well, Dallas can't play on the road. This is where their defense has problems and the offense doesn't work as well. Well, they're back at home. And they're taking on the Saints team that I was very much against last week, but unfortunately, my Carolina Panthers are just that bad. So they made the Saints look absolutely electric. Derek Carr looked like Joe Montana out there, absolutely electric. But let's think back. Last year, week 1, Derek Carr tossed for 300 passing yards. It was like, oh, Derek Carr, Saints debut. It looks pretty good. So I'm going to fade the Saints again, see if it burns me 2 weeks in a row. But the fact that I'm now on the Dallas side of things and not the Carolina Panthers, different ends of the spectrum. So looking at Dallas, just how good they've been at home. They were 8-1 at home last season. If you look at their overall favorites in Dallas games, 15 of the last 20 Dallas Cowboys games, the favorites have covered. And last 15 games at home as favorites, Dallas is 10-5 against the spread. So I'm going to back Big D.
All right. Before we get to Terrell's next bet, I just want to confirm payment has been made, bet has been settled, and the notation, very amusing in the Venmo transaction. All it says is the Jets with a lowercase j and a crying face emoji. There you go. That's about as good as it gets.
Lowercase j is crazy.
Yeah, well, they played like
deserved
lowercase
the capitalization.
Nope, they did not. And again, the fact that were you feeling confident when CMC was out? Did you really start to like lick your chops, Erickson? You're like, oh, I'm gonna stuff it down Joe's throat, man.
I mean, I was definitely feeling better about it. I was like, oh, there we go. But I mean, I was gonna be like, Joe, if you want to take the bet off the table, if you want to just call the bet off, like I was thinking about throwing that out there, but I didn't do that.
No
which
way.
I'm glad I didn't do that either. So
nope, there was no way. There's no way. I was going all the way, baby. All right, let's go to Terrell for your second pick. What do you have here?
All right, Seattle Seahawks laying 3.5 at New England here. And yes, it's on the road in New England, but I just want you guys to know, if you didn't watch that game and you both are Patriots fans, so I think you did, they dumped the Gatorade. They dumped the Gatorade in week 1. They dumped
It was his first
the Gatorade.
It
win.
was their Super Bowl, baby.
As a head coach. This is it. It's not going to get better than this, Terrell. That's it.
It's absolutely not getting better than that in this game. I'll tell you that. So laid at 3.5 here. Seattle's defense was really good again, and I get it. It was a rookie quarterback against Bo Nix, but they were really, really good. They forced 21 total pressures, 6 QB hits, 14 hurries, a sack. Like, I think that defense is going to get after. And Jacoby Brissett already banged up. Did you see when he went down and he was slow to get up? He's already banged up. I don't think that he can take any more of a pass rush than what the Bengals gave him. So I like Seattle to get this done. I think Geno is a really good quarterback, and he's going to be able to do it on the road.
Andrew Erickson, let's talk about this game here. Tampa and Detroit. The over is 51.5. And you are in on this one.
yeah, I want the over. I love overs, especially when it's in the Lions at Ford Field, the Coors Field of the NFL. Lions last 20 home games, 54.5 points. That's the average total. 54.5 points last 20 home games for the Lions. 75% of the games have scored at least 51 points. So I'm just chasing the trend here. Last week, we obviously saw a high-scoring game. It did not go over the total, but that makes me more bullish that, hey, like, regression to the mean, baby. Let's go. Tampa Bay's coming in. Baker Mayfield's feeling himself. He's throwing touchdowns all over the place. They have no cornerbacks left. You look at the Buccaneers' injury chart or injury report, it looks like a CVS receipt, man. All the cornerbacks are hurt across the board, man. So I think that the Buccaneers are game planning for, we need to score at least 30 points if we have any shot of winning this game. And we know how good this Lions offense can be against an undermanned Buccaneers. They're going to have answers for Amon-Ra St. Brown, the running backs, Jameson Williams breaking out, Sam Laporta. So I think it's as simple as we're just going to see so many points in this game. I do think that there is some value on the Buccaneers at plus 7.5. That is a big line, but Dan Campbell's just so good against the spread. I'm just going to take the over. I just like the points.
The only thing better than making fun wagers on NFL is doing it with a group of people. That's why we do this every week together here. And if you're looking to join a fun community of folks who just love wagering, well, then you should join our exclusive sports betting community over on Discord at bettingpros.com/chat. Terrell actually stands out there. It's very exclusive. He has the velvet rope and the whole thing. And if you're cool, he'll let you in. And if not, you might have to take a little walk around the block or maybe throw him a 10 spot. Maybe your Venmo works, unlike Erickson's. You get free picks, though, from expert handicappers. You connect with fellow bettors and elevate your strategy and insights from the pros. Plus, you can join our NFL podcast group too. Just sync your sports books, sync your picks, and use the quick pick feature on the Betting Pros app for a chance to win glorious prizes. You can join that group today at bettingpros.com/NFL contest. Or if you have the Betting Pros app already, you can go right to the community tab and find that. You can also follow all of us there at bettingpros.com/Joe/Erickson and /Terrell. So join the Discord again, bettingpros.com/chat. And join our fun contest over at bettingpros.com/NFL contest. And you don't even have to make bets. You just have to make picks. It's super fun. You should do it. All right, let's get to round 3 of the picks here. Terrell, the New York Jets took a butt kicking on Monday Night Football. Do they recover and go to Tennessee and get right? I imagine it's going to be a long week of practice for the Jets after that showing. Is that the story you want to tell us? Or is there something else lurking here between the Titans and Jets for you?
No, I don't think they get back on track. I just think this is a really, really tough spot for them. They went all the way to California, road trip, come back to New York, going to Tennessee, like back-to-back road games set. This offense did not look good, and Tennessee's defense looked really, really good last week. And so I like the under. I'm gonna play it safe. I'll take the under 42 here. Will Levis. I may need to have a eulogy for him and my Will Levis most passing yards prop in week 1, but it's fine. It's totally fine because the defense played amazing. I know that this Jets defense is looking and chomping at the bits to have a better game than they had against the 49ers. I don't think that the Titans could take advantage of the run game there. I think this is an ugly defensive game, and with the Jets looking ahead to Thursday Night Football as well, I don't think they're running the score up. I think this is a 2017 type of game, so give me the under 42.
I gotta tell you, man, I am not pleased with Will Levis right now. Will Levis last week cost me money. All he had to do was eat a sack. That's all he had to do was eat a sack. I was on the Tennessee side. Everybody knows that last week. I am still not happy with Will Levis. But frustrations aside for a moment, Andrew Erickson, let's go to you for round 3 here. The Indianapolis Colts are going to go to Green Bay, take on the Packers without Jordan Love. I'm surprised this line is still as small as it is. Considering the downgrade of quarterback. So what do you make of this one here as we look at the Green Bay Indy game?
Well, it might be some gamesmanship with LaFleur saying, well, we're not going to rule Jordan Love out quite away, but I mean, I think that he's not going to play in this game. So if we get Malik Willis, I think once he's announced as a start, you're going to see this line jump. So I'm just trying to take advantage. Look, the Colts, this is a team that you usually want to fade as an underdog under Shane Steichen, but when they're the favorite, they show up. Look at last year, 6-0 as favorites in 2023. So they're favored in this game, even though they're playing on the road. The favorites have won each of the Colts' last 13 games. Look, Malik Willis is a sack machine. I am not intimidated or afraid of him whatsoever. I don't think he can take advantage of the Colts secondary and the bad pieces that they have on defense. So yeah, I think that the Colts are going to win this game. Malik Willis, yes, he's mobile and the plucky backup quarterback. I just don't think that narrative is going to work here. If anything, I like the under in this game because the best bet in this game, honestly, would be like under quarterback completions in total. That should be the bet that you make because I don't know if they get over 20 combined between Anthony Richardson and Malik Willis. So I like the under. I like the first half under. Yeah, all the unders and just give me the Colts.
Okay. Terrell, let's go back to you. Houston and Chicago. Both teams came out with victories. They're both 1-0. So only this week can you get one winner in this contest. So are you looking at the side of this game or are you looking at the grand total when it comes to this contest?
Yeah, I like the total. I'm going to take the game under here. And I'm backing this Bears defense that I saw in the second half of that game shut out the Tennessee Titans and look really, really good. And I think the Houston Texans just kind of got caught up in the Anthony Richardson, and he made a whole bunch of really, really big plays and put scores on the board. But they made a lot of good defensive plays where Anthony Richardson didn't look like that good of a quarterback. I think that settles in. You have a rookie quarterback on his first road start here. I think that they're going to struggle moving the ball. They're now without Roma Dunze. Keenan Allen is banged up as well. That offensive line didn't look that good. I just think that the Texans could win, but this game is going under regardless. So I'm taking the under 44.5 here.
Erickson, the Cincinnati Bengals looked about as bad as you could possibly look last week. On Sunday, when I saw that 7.5 still floating out there, I'm still mad at myself for not betting it on the Patriots side. I really just thought that was too many points there. Terrell had
me convinced.
I gave it out
after the show. I was like, dude,
yeah.
I'm on it, baby. Let's go.
And after the T. Higgins went out situation, and then the Chase was sick and all these things, I was like, man, I should be betting this. And then I just flat out forgot. I got caught up between the TV show and the live stream, and I just forgot to do it. Next thing you know, the game started. I was like, forget it. I'm already pot committed for week 1. But we know this about the Cincinnati Bengals. They're slow starters. Do the Cincinnati Bengals gear up here after a tough home loss and go take it to the Chiefs here and possibly be competitive in this game? Or are there too many issues right now for the Bengals to straighten out and they're just not ready to face the Chiefs on longer rest?
Well, I'm taking Cincinnati +6, so I hope they figure it out. That's the way I see it. I think for, again, all the concerns you just listed out, that's baked into the line, right? Again, Bengals, Chiefs, 2 Super Bowl contenders. Imagine if this was week 1, right? What would the line be? Would not be +6, right? There's no way it would be +6. It would be.
I would think 4.5. I think it's probably more unlikely.
Yes, but again, you're getting value here with the Bengals, and you look at what Joe Burrow's done against the spread following a loss, 14-5. Mr. Joey covers. Burrow against the Chiefs. He's 3-1 against the spread and straight up. All 4 matchups that he's played against the Chiefs when he's been healthy have been settled by 3 points, a field goal. You're giving me 6 for Joe Burrow? Look, I think that he's healthy. I think this wrist thing is being totally overblown. He's talking about, dude, I was like drinking out of a water bottle, man. Like I was like, I have to move my wrist to drink out of this water bottle. So the way I kind of look at this is betting against Andy Reid with extra time, obviously not a great move, right? So that is kind of one of the reasons why this is a little bit scary. But who's more desperate to win this game, right? The Chiefs know they're going to be in the playoffs. This game, in the retrospect, the long term, yes, it's obviously an AFC opponent, and that matters. But they know they're going to be the number 1, number 2, number 3 seed, whatever. The Bengals, I don't know if they can lose this game. If they go 0-2, what we know the track record of teams that start 0-2, they always miss the playoffs, all those statistics. The Bengals, what they did last week and just how bad that was at home, I think that they have to show. I think they're going to need to want it more. Again, this seems like really like hands in the dirt take, but I mean, they have to win this game or else they're screwed. So that's why I'm taking, especially based on how these games have been so close. Every game has been by a field goal, and now you get +6. So again, I think it's going to be tight. So I do like the value on +6, but I mean, would it be 2 weeks in a row we get the upset special in a Bengals game? I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Now that's fun right there. I gotta say, I think you're right. I think the 6 might be too many for Joe Burrow, and I think they're going to have some more respect for themselves. And they're confident. They're confident against the Chiefs. And maybe they were just not taking the Patriots as seriously as
they were sleepwalking that game, man. Like, there was no sense of urgency whatsoever.
It was everything that could have possibly went wrong. Every single time they were knocking on the door. Fumble. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was not a good scene at all. But I still think the Chiefs win that game. And let me tell you, the Chiefs coming out of the gate, beating the Ravens and beating the Cincinnati Bengals to start the season, talk about putting them in that pole position for the bye. I mean, that is a fantastic situation for them to start a season. Can't go better for the Chiefs if they get this win this week. All right, we have got one more. Speaking of bad things, the Carolina Panthers. Yikes. Terrell, Sam and I were talking about this on Tuesday's show. If you missed it, go back and watch on BettingPros, where I'm comfortable with this game all the way up to double digits, where I think the Carolina Panthers are just dreadful. Maybe I'm overrating too much what I saw, but Carolina Panthers this week are playing the Chargers, and I'm curious as to your take on this game.
Well, I am taking Carolina +6, and I know
Terrell, don't do this to yourself, man.
So listen. It is actually a betting trend that we've been following for a long time, and so over the past 3 years, if I told you it hit at 61%, would you not be interested? And teams, when they underperform the spread by 21 or more points, and they're catching points the next week, those teams cover the spread 61% of the time over the past 3 years. Like, this is a very, very good spot for Carolina in this trend. I play the trend. It's 61%. I play it every time because I'm going to be up units regardless. But this is horrible and gross, and it's disgusting, and nobody should want to do it. But that's why it's called the Close Your Eyes Special. It's the Close Your Eyes Special. You just close your eyes and you bet it. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be gross, but it's going to come through for you more than not. And the only good thing that I could tell you about this, to be honest, is the fact that Jim Harbaugh, when he's a road favorite of 6 or more, he's 1-4 ATS and 2-3 against straight up. So that's a pretty good system. It gives me that kind of Kyle Shanahan vibes of going on the road as a big favorite, a lot of expectations, and just kind of nerfing around with these bad teams. But I understand it's a horrible pick, and it sounds gross and it sounds disgusting, but it's the close your eyes special. And if you know anything about the close your eyes special, you just take the close your eyes special. And so 61%, and this is the same trend that's been happening for years. And I think even past you go 10 years, it's still at like 60%. I'm going to keep backing it.
Can we change the name? Can we change the name of the Close Your Eyes special to the Bo Nix special? Just close your eyes, just chuck it downfield.
I respect the homework, though. I mean, you brought the numbers. You did. I didn't close my ears. I might want to close my eyes, though.
You have to.
Yeah.
I'll say, in all the time that I've been playing this trend, the ones that I think that are never gonna hit
are the ones that do.
They're the ones
well,
they're the ones that,
oh my God. The Panthers lock of the week, back-to-back weeks.
Matter of fact, okay, so let me give you this. So do you remember?
I'm just going to sit back and let you two do this to yourselves most weeks.
It was a couple years ago that the Chiefs went on the road to Indianapolis as 9.5-point favorites and lost outright. I'm telling you, that was the Close Your Eyes special.
All right. Let's open our eyes for Erickson's last pick. You have some feelings about this Carolina Charger game as well, so let's get on this one, Erickson.
Well, I mean, if Terrell's talking about how the Chargers are going to underwhelm in this game, then I'm just going to take the under. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take the under because I know the Panthers are going to underwhelm no matter what. So, I mean, that's a safe bet that you can make. So, for me, again, looking at the Chargers' last 8 games as favorites have gone under. 13 of the Chargers' last 16 games have gone under. 9 of the Panthers' last 12 games have gone under. Are you sensing a theme here? These teams tend to go under. And first game with Harbaugh, Chargers-Raiders, went under. This team wants to run the football. Joe Alt-Elite, baby. Let's go. We want to run the football. Carolina doesn't have Derek Brown. They're not going to be able to stop the run, bully ball. And, man, Bryce Young, we thought maybe, hey, year 2 with Dave Canales, first play interception, right? God, it's like it was over, but it was honestly the best bet in that way because it was over right when it started. It's like, oh, it's over, it's dead. Don't need to look at it whatsoever. So I'm just gonna bet against offenses and production and efficiency. So I'm gonna take the under at 39.5.
All right, there you go. I can't believe Carolina 2 weeks in a row. This is look. I hope it works out better for both of you.
Look, 90% of the bets on the Chargers. 90. You're telling me 90% of people are going to win?
No, I like fading the public. I was fading the Chargers last week, and you know what? I felt like I was still right watching that game because the Raiders Gardner Minshew just literally handed them the game.
Well, Pierce also punted the ball inside Chargers territory on 4th down.
It was mind blowing. I mean, the Raiders should have won that game, but whatever. Hopefully things work out for everybody. And speaking of upsets, here's my upset special of the week, everybody. I'm gonna go to New England. That's why I wore the shirt today. And listen, I am the last homer that there is, okay? Erickson knows this about me. I'm very self-loathing about the Patriots the last couple of years. I have been very down on them. So down, again, I didn't even bother to go bet that 7.5 last week, and I should have. I'm going to say this. I think the crowd's going to be excited. It feels like a new chapter. I'm not sold on Seattle yet. I think they looked really good because Bo Nix looked really bad. I do believe in the Seattle defense. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I also believe in Christian Gonzalez, too, and how good of a player he is. And if you saw last week, too, when you have those shadow corners, you're able to shut down pieces like DK Metcalf sometime a little bit, or at least slow them down. There was a lot of growing pains, I think, for the Seattle offense. And the injury to Ken Walker, I think, is significant. Yeah, Charbonnet will get elevated if, Ken Walker isn't going to go. We're still here on Thursday recording this, so we don't know all the information yet on that. But I think they can squeak out a money line win. And again, I'm not expecting the Patriots to be 5-0 or 6-0. But at plus 170, this has my attention. At home, I just don't trust Seattle yet. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Seattle will just take it to them. But I saw enough in that game struggling against a Denver Bronco team that was not impressive. Where, to me, I'm looking at the value. And the value's on the Pats to win. Erickson, do you think I'm crazy? You're a Patriots fan here. I want to get your take on this one. See if maybe I'm just seeing red, white, and blue too much.
And I would like you to consider that they dumped the Gatorade. Please consider that.
I did. The
on the road.
Was good. On the road.
On the road, dumping the Gatorade. Come on, Erickson. Make the right choice here.
That poor staff. They got to clean up all the Gatorade all over the field. I'm just going to bet the under in this game. Defensive-minded head coach. See, again, you guys, look, I'm not good at picking sides. I always do better under over. So it's I don't like both teams. Under. Great. Like both teams? Over. Great.
You're the first person I've ever heard call it under overs.
I know. Wasn't that awkward? I'm glad you said that. Because I'm thinking to myself, it feels a little weird when he said under overs. It's always over under.
Because I have an under mindset, dude. That's why. That's why they call me the Undertaker.
Bro, you can't mess with the Undertaker, man. It's unders first. Andrew Underson. Let's go take it on the under, son.
I didn't understand what you guys were saying first. I was like, what do you mean? Like,
yeah, it was weird. And in my brain, I was processing it, and it felt weird. And then Terrell said it out loud. He said the quiet part out loud.
Yep.
I'm glad you did, Terrell.
I always do.
I'm glad you did. All right, here's the parlay of the week. Last week I failed. I'm sorry. I also failed the upset pick of the week. I'm sorry. I can't believe I didn't just take the Cowboys with it. I had to get all fancy, and I took the other one instead, even though I gave you the Cowboys on last Monday. Unfortunately, ate a big fat L with the Raiders. So I'm going to try to get it right this week with the Patriots, and let's put it in a parlay, because if I'm right, we can win a lot of money here. Let's take the Patriots on the money line. Let's take the Baltimore Ravens on the money line, and the New York Jets on the money line. They're not going to lose to the Titans, folks. So all my Jet jokes aside, we're not going to lose to the Tennessee Titans. I just don't see that happening. So you put those three things together, guess what? You get 4-1 plus 399. That's pretty good in my book. So two real chalky things here and the upset special. I think that's a fun way to approach this week. Gentlemen, it was a good time as always hanging out with you all. And remember, you can track all of our bets along with us, see what we're in on, see what's working and what's not over at bettingpros.com/Joe/Anderson, and /Terrell. You can check us all out there. Don't forget to download the Betting Pros app, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel right now. It's good for your health. Drop your comments below. What are your favorite bets of the week for week 2? We love to hear from all of you. And remember to ring that bell for notifications so you know every time a piece of content drops here on BP. That'll do it for us, but the story of the game goes on. For Andrew Erickson and Terrell Furman, I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids. Peace.